I don't know about you. When it's not live, I struggle a lot more. I don't know why, because when it's live, it just feels it feels different. When we're recording, I have this trouble when recording a YouTube video. I don't know if you have the same problem. But I just always record something. I'm like, nope, not happy. Delete, start again. Delete, start again. Whereas it's live, it's just it is what it is. If you say something stupid, it is what it is. I don't know how to start. Hello. Okay.
Wait, you need the introduction. So, what are you actually called? I suppose there's the.
What are we actually called? It's called the Sea of Thieves Grogcast.
The Grogcast.
Yeah, the Grogcast.
Need a little jingle.
Yeah. That I'll play. I will put some music at the start to like start it off. We'll have to come up with something, but yeah.
Don't edit any of this. Just leave it. It's free. Nobody cares.
So yeah, welcome into the first episode of Sea of Thieves Grogcast, guys. I'm your host Fogstar, and we've got our other hosts Kojak and Makakar. I'm streaming on YouTube now. I've done 2 years on Twitch, moved over to YouTube, and we drop. Boo. We are dropping. Yeah, I'm editing that already. I'm hating it. I feel like I'm reading off a script already.
Be natural with it.
It's hard. Okay, give me a sec. There we go. So yeah. So I'm Fogstar. We're fucked. I'm leaving all this in. It's going to be so bad. But yeah, we got Makakar and Kojak here, so I'll let them guys introduce themselves if you want to go.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm. Did you say I'm Maka?
I'm Maka.
Go on, Maka.
Is that Maka? Who's Maka?
I'm Maka. I forgot already. I don't know who I am.
Oh my god, I'm dying already.
So I'm Maka. I started playing Sea of Thieves. God, when was it? Like September 2020. God, that's over a year ago now.
Yeah, it's coming up to a year.
Because I'm a sucker for punishment, and because I'm a massive tech nerd, I like having fun with messing around with things because I'm odd like that. It was Fog that got me into Sea of Thieves, and I think I've got close to 1,900 hours on Sea of Thieves now, so it's a little insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not even sure how much I've got. It's not that much. Mine, yeah, we've got to check now. But yeah, so I'm Fogstar. I've just moved over to YouTube. We're doing Sea of Thieves content as well. I've been playing around about the same time. I started just before Makakar, and as he said, I got him into the game, and we've been playing it on and off again since then, really. And yeah, Kojak.
I believe it's been that long, to be quite honest.
You played it before?
Yeah, so I'm Kojak. I've been playing Sea of Thieves now for. Sounds like an AA meeting. I've been on Sea of Thieves now for about a year and a half, and.
It is an addiction, so let's face it, we all need help.
It is an addiction. Even when we're going through it, and there's a little hate going on there. It's still hard not to switch the game on and start blundering people in the face and new alarming and all that shit. So. Let me just get up my thing. But yeah, the plugs for obviously Makakar's a streamer, so over on Twitch. So if you want to go and check him out, that'll be down in the comments below. And yeah, you might see us as a crew on the live streams, which we do obviously a couple times a week. So check us out.
I think you'll find both of us in 2 days' time, as I believe this goes up on Wednesday. So you will see both me and Fog. I think we're going to be destroying all the Reapers we see, aren't we?
Yep. Always. Got to destroy those Reapers.
Plug the show, plug the streams, plug all the things.
But obviously this episode's about Season 4. So obviously one of the big things that they put in the game are the new shrines. So I don't know if one of you guys wants to go through what the shrines are, what you think about the shrines. But yeah.
Shrines are basically big loot-filled things with things in them, ain't they?
I think for me personally, the shrines and the treasuries are almost expansion of the map without being an expansion of the map.
Yeah, that's solid.
You've got new areas under the water, which can have puzzles in them, waves of enemies that you have to complete, and
Yeah,
I really like the addition. I think the crux of it, I think it's although they're not redoable in the sense that I probably won't have to do them again. It's nice the fact that we can, and I think the little functionality that and the gameplay mechanics that they added into it, I think is going to be what's going to be the longevity of it, like the
yeah,
storing of the treasure, the different puzzles that they've got into it. I think that's
yeah.
what's going to be what's going to drag it out quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that we saw with season 3 with the Pirates Life expansion is that there was a lot of like new world building, and obviously a lot of the stuff that we saw in that expansion was a lot nicer looking in general, I would say, and you could tell that they'd put a lot of time in it, and it was like a more modern looking version of Sea of Thieves, I guess, in a
Yeah,
small
unique environments, and I
yeah,
think that's what
exactly,
the game
and
desperately needed, other than, oh, here's an island with some more trees and a rock. And
yeah, yeah. So it was nice to see, like, obviously them use those assets because we were saying in season 3, like, obviously we'd we loved the Pirates Life. Well, I know I love the Pirates Life, but I'm never going to go back and play it. And I was a bit
Oh
gutted
no.
that yeah, I was a bit gutted that we're never going to play in those environments. So seeing the shrines, obviously those assets were definitely taken from the Pirates Life content. So seeing it in the game and it having a replayability aspect to it, like maybe the shrine's the only time really I'm ever, like me personally, ever going to go into a shrine now is if it's for the breath. What is it? The mermaid breath? What's it actually
oh
called?
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
the breath of the
yeah.
sea.
That's the one. There we go. See, my knowledge of
I
the
mean,
lore
I
and all
don't.
that kind of stuff's not great.
I think we're probably going for a bit of like top up loot almost.
Yeah, maybe
You know,
the treasuries I'll
you
do for
great.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I think the times that I'm going to use it the most, to be quite honest, is when other people are doing it
Yeah,
and you're stealing it from
That's
other
true. Yeah.
people. I think it's we was playing the other night and was it instead of going to somebody who's just done a fort or something like that, spot a Reaper 5 sitting on one of the treasury and we go up to
yeah.
him and
Jeez.
absolutely,
It
a
kind
chance for
of
us to steal their
Steal their
loot
supplies.
and their supplies and
yeah, it gives a different like feel than the forts as well, because like forts, generally speaking, they're gonna see you coming, whereas a
Mhm.
shrine, and most of the, unless they've got one of their players on the ship watching, which is, I'll recommend you do that because that's what we do as a crew. I wouldn't recommend all of you going down unless you're feeling a bit ballsy. Especially if you're
like
flying
this
a
fucking Reaper 5 was. It was Reaper 5 sloop and it was just
yeah,
completely
yeah.
empty, full of loot.
In there chilling.
I'd always recommend, or at least have somebody go up every like 5 minutes to check. But it's still, even then, you're risking it. But it gives a different gameplay aspect because obviously, with a fort, they're going to see you coming. With a shrine, they don't. So you can tuck on the boat. You can wait for them to come up and grab the loot from the merm, get it on the boat, and then you can take them out and things like that. There's loads of different ways that you can combat the experience with the other players. So that's always nice to have added into the game, I think.
I do have a question actually
Yeah.
about the new mermaid loot system.
Yeah.
So what's everyone's thoughts on that? Because in essence, okay, you can only store 20 items, but if you've got loads of treasure chests, that's 3 items. That's 60 in essence. Does that take away from the risk aspect a bit? Because you could do a complete fort and be sunk, but not lose any loot. You could just go back later on and pick it up from the mermaid.
Yes and no, because I think that comes into the whole like you as a player like learning how to combat that. So I think, like as I said, just if you took and wait for them to speak to the man and get that loot, then you're sorted. I think it adds that whole more of a risk aspect that I like as an attacker, but it is more defendable, I guess, because as you say, you can put it into the merm statue, you can get sunk and then you can go back later. But I suppose then it's it's a benefit to newer players as well. So it's something
That
that
is true.
newer players can do and maybe not feel so sour when they get sunk. Because obviously,
Yeah, it gives them the option of one, you can leave your ship unattended if you don't have any items up on there,
yeah,
or
yeah,
you got, I think another tactic was to spawn, go to a treasury, scuttle your ship, do everything, do the shrine of the treasury, put the loot in the mermaid, and you know leave that treasure in the mermaid and come back
yeah.
to it later, or just have it as it's. I don't think a lot of people are using it like that.
No,
Um, and I think it would be good if you could get more substantial treasure from there. I mean, it's one of the fact that you can get the ancient tributes as another means,
mm.
um, rather than just having to do the gold order vault. I think that's
Which generally takes longer as well.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I think they can't make the loot any. I think personally, I think the loot's in a good place because obviously
Yep,
it's
I
not
say so.
it's not a world event, so it's always active. Generally speaking, people say that it's not always active, but I've never I haven't come up personally. I know some people have, but personally, I haven't come up again to a shrine or a treasury that's. I've
It's
seen.
like either in an on or an off state, but yet again I've never noticed that either. Every
Yeah,
time I've come to one, it's always been active, or I've been
yeah,
always
same
been
for
able to
me.
do it.
I've gone to a treasure. Is it? Yeah, treasury,
Yeah,
and it wasn't active. It took about. I think we stayed there for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then it became active. I think there's about a 10-15 minute cooldown between it being completed
yeah,
and you being able to game, which again is near enough permanently on. Let's face it.
yeah. Well, I know that they. Well, I was in a shrine once, and we took so long doing it. It came round and all the loot had respawned. So we got
Wow.
we got double the loot basically because we took so long. So as you say, they're on a pretty quick turnaround. But it would be interesting. I know we spoke about it before, but like to just go from shrine to shrine to shrine, and you could not you could you,
Stack it almost.
yeah,
Like stack the
you wouldn't you
shrines.
wouldn't even
Yeah.
have to like collect the loot. You could just go around, leave it in the merms, and then go collect it later once you've done the rounds. That way, it'd
Yep.
be safer for you to do it. So newer players can then stack loot and things like that if they wanted to. So obviously,
I think I think people would be more inclined to do that if there was more like chance of getting not just a chest of tributes. Maybe they added, um, you know, um,
A new unique chest or something.
yeah, yeah, like a
Something
well,
like,
Coral Athena or something like that, or
that'd be
yeah.
too much. That would
it
be
would,
too
it
much.
would, but I think having something like that
Like,
could incentivize people to stack it, and
FOFA's already kind of like decentivize people to do Fort of the Damned because it's so much
yeah,
better. Like we ended up stacking six
We did what,
on
6? Yeah.
on stream the other day and only had one ship come and try and take us on. Whereas back in the day when we started, as we said nearly a year ago, you'd do one Fort of the Damned and you get 4 or 5 ships coming after you. You know. Like
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
been
you wouldn't be able to stack.
it's been
Rare.
massively like decentivized. God, I can't get my words out. To do those now. We've only seen Fort of the Dam more recently because of the event, which we'll talk about in a bit. But are you happy with the new loot in the shrines? Obviously, we've just dabbled saying that it could be a bit better. I personally think I like the look of it. I like the new glow. That's something that's been added recently as well. The glow to the loot.
The different,
I think
yeah,
it's so
the
much
effect
better
from a
now.
distance.
Yeah,
Yeah, it took me a while to get
I
used
like the
to,
glow.
but
I love it. I do. I think it looks so
yeah,
good, and it just makes things more visible. I think than previous. So I like it. And
yeah,
then
I like the art style of it. I think
yeah.
it's a nice addition and a logical addition as well.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a bit jank at the start with it like flicking from the new coral style loot to the old style loot, which I think has been patched
Oh
out
yeah,
now.
when there was that bug.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that book.
I
I
think that's
I never got it.
mostly.
I never got it personally, but I know some players are like obviously I think Steph had it, and I know Ness had it as well. So I know.
Yeah, there is a current bug that's worse, which is where pigs and like all animals will change colours. And as we found out last week, actually, you can have a storm, but there not be a storm there.
Oh yeah.
Which
Oh
is
yeah,
really
and be
bad.
completely not synced up and
Yeah.
lightning disjointed from the sky and.
But it's nothing that's like affecting the gameplay or anything like that personally. So it like obviously I'd rather it not be in the game, but it doesn't really bother me personally. So I don't see it being a big issue, and we know they'll patch it out. So
Yeah.
and then obviously you've got the which I've already forgot the name of again. What's the new vial?
Breath of the Sea.
That's the one. Breath of the Sea.
Yeah.
What do you think
Glorified
about that?
gem.
Yeah.
It's a glorified gem. That's how it feels.
But it's worth more though than
Yeah.
a gem.
It is. Nah, and you can you? Yeah, you can
And
sell it to anyone. I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah, you can sell it to anyone like a gem. But yeah,
See,
I think
I'm
it's
a bit
good because it
disappointed.
incentivizes you to go there as well. You can't deny that when you get those, you do go, oh, we'll go and get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And because you're going to get that, you end up doing the shrine or the treasury anyway. So
which I think now that we've done it quite often, they're quick to do and they're
Yeah.
easy to do. I don't think it's
I-
a slug or anything like that. And I think it's nice that it's like that. It's not just fuck, we've got to go to a shrine. It's shit, we've got to go to a shrine. Let's go.
yeah,
And
exactly.
they make it feel quite
See,
natural. I think.
Yeah.
see, I'm a bit disappointed with it because I want some more loot that's like the Ashen Wind Skull, where you have a choice of sell it for more gold or use it for something. So
Yeah.
I'd have liked to have maybe you can use it to, breathe a little bit longer underwater,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
which could make it interesting PvP. So you
Mhm.
could like
I
go
like that
longer
idea.
underwater and board.
I do genuinely think that they have something up their sleeve for it. I think it's weird that they would come up with that and then not have any use for it in the future.
They make a big song and dance of it.
Yeah.
It gets its own
Yeah.
chair. Like
Yeah.
it's.
That's
Do you
true.
know what I
It does
mean?
actually get
It's
its own
Yeah.
chair.
what other loot has its own
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
dedicated set item? Like
So
it's.
I think personally in the future they can always update it to do something, like it's just there as a piece of loot now, but then it may become part of our kit that we can use out in the seas against PvE or even PvP. So hopefully, fingers crossed,
could be
they
good.
do change it into something. But what
One.
go
Go
on.
on.
Go
I was
on.
going to say one thing they have changed, which I'm actually really happy with about this season, is their plunder pass, and I think they've done it
Yeah.
well this time round. I think it's one thing I'd change on it would be the balloons. Just get rid of the balloons completely.
Yeah,
But,
we've had that same
You know-
gripe with everyone, haven't we? We've said that they need to change it.
yeah, but I
Just
think
slightly off
they
topic,
offer
somebody put together a guide for how much it costs to buy everything in Sea of Thieves, and it is only about 6,500 doubloons to buy everything doubloon based.
Oh, I've already bought
So-
everything.
Oh, right, even in
yeah.
the Emporium and stuff
Yeah.
like.
No,
Yeah.
just
like
doubloons.
yeah,
Oh,
doubloons.
the balloons. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Wow.
no.
Is that
no,
all?
no. Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna
all.
say, what the
So
hell?
Yeah, but I already have everything. I bought it a long time ago, and I have 15,000 doubloons that I can't spend on anything.
Don't get me started.
literally the only reason is like last weekend where it was double gold, or was it Ghoul and Glory?
Yeah,
That's literally the only time to use it is to get more gold.
yeah,
That's
but
the only point of
even
doubloons now.
I'd be interested to know how much gold you have to spend to buy everything. Like if they've got the statistic for the doubloons, I'd like to know how much it is for the gold.
I can grab it up for you in one moment because I have it here.
But yeah, not only the plunder pass is good. Obviously, you've got the plunder pass, which is the paid part, and then you've got the normal free pass, which, as you say, has got too many doubloons in. But but for the most part, throughout it had a theme, which is what we've been asking for ever since they've started it, and it was nice to see that. Obviously, you've got the new. I'm currently wearing the new spider. I don't actually know the name of it. I should, but the spider.
Wicked
stuff.
Web Trails.
That's the one, the Wicked
Yeah,
Web
the Wicked
stuff.
Web stuff.
That stuff I think's really cool. I like it. Obviously, it's Halloween at the moment, so it looks good as well. But yeah, having a whole set of clothing and stuff, it has been nice. And that the Eye of Reach at level 50 was really cool as well.
Oh, dude, this
It is
is just
very
such a nice
cool.
little addition.
So I hope going forward that even like non-plunder pass stuff, but just in general stores and things like that, I hope they bring in more creative like stuff like that with the like crossbow, Eye of Reach, and even the capstan with the candles on and stuff like that. It seems a bit more than they usually do, especially for something that you're not having to pay for.
The fact you get an animated costume, like I think
True.
that's a big little addition to it. Like,
Yeah, that's cool. One thing I do say though, I think that getting a spyglass at level 100 was the only thing that I can say that I'm not overly happy about.
it's such a good looking
Yeah,
spyglass though.
It is good looking, but the red
it looks good.
the red is
Usable.
not good, and I just don't think a spyglass is like at the end of what like at level 100. The season 1 they got the level 100 reward right. It was a curse. That was right.
That is true.
Ever since then, I don't think they've done it right. I can't off the top of my head remember what all the level 100 rewards have been, but I know for a fact that as much as I've loved this season for their pass, I didn't love. I was looking forward to the spyglass, but then it's a spyglass, you know.
Season 3 was the figurehead and the scar and this Pegasus costume.
Yeah, see, like they're
I
okay. They're
didn't really
I
like
think
those,
that I think they're better than the spyglass personally, but they're still not as good as the curse in season 1.
I don't think I got the plunder pass last time round. I think I skipped out on it because I was just that disinterested from it. But this one, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get it.
I did just to get it. I'm not going to use it.
I
It's just like, I may as well.
I still have an issue with the pass though. I wish they would be. I still wish it was more like how other games do it, where the paid for is because people gets so confusing because people are like the plunder pass, but then they think it's the free what has the free one actually got a name? Like what is it called? Like the season pass. No, the plunder pass is the paid part. I'm guessing it's just season pass then, right?
Yeah, I mean they actually just say all players and then plunder pass.
There you go. So it gets really confusing when you're having these conversations.
Even I didn't know, to be fair. I just called
exactly.
it all the plunder pass. It's but
Yeah,
of course, you
it's
have to purchase the plunder pass for the. Yeah, okay.
Because usually it's the other way around if you think about it. So you think about like Call of Duty or Rocket League or anything like that. Usually you generally get free stuff, but it's like every 5 levels or so.
And some of it is early as well, isn't it? So
yeah,
you're getting it earlier than everybody else.
Yeah, and then if you pay, you get something every level, and it's not bulked out by like gold and doubloons and stuff. Like it is more cosmetic driven. And I feel like if they went down that, like I understand, like there's a lot of people that defend the fact that they're giving so much for free, and I get that, but I personally still think that if the season pass didn't exist, they would just put that stuff in the game anyway. It just wouldn't be locked into a pass, you know? Like
because you only get one thing every 10 levels.
Yeah.
Except first set of levels where you get the emote bundle at level 1.
Yeah.
And the flag at level 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have it a bit more in there.
It's a work in progress at the end of the day. I think we're 100% we're the most happy about this one. Like season 4's pass is the best pass out of all of them, and it can touch wood. It only gets better from here and continues to like go towards some more of a theme and be more connected with the player and things like that. And then hopefully the more people that are getting that plunder pass as well, it just means more bigger updates for us guys to play.
Yeah, I'm going back through now, and previous seasons weren't. The plunder pass didn't really have a connected theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas I think the last 2 at least have had a consistent theme, which is good.
Yeah. The last one was like wasn't it? It was like mermaid themed, wasn't it? It was kind of like a hint to this season, right? If I remember
Yep.
right. Yeah.
It was all the Pegasus stuff last time.
So obviously we've the event. It's still going on right now, right? Has it finished yet? I don't think it's finished.
It's not finished. But I think
The
the big
Fury
thing
of
is
the Damned event.
million skellies. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, that's really cool. So if you haven't already jumped in, I think if you have to kill 10 skellies yourself, right, to be
10
entitled.
skellies.
Yeah.
10.
So if you haven't already jumped into the game, make sure you jump in now and get those 10 skellies so that you can get those figureheads, because the figureheads are
4th
dope.
of November. Yeah, 4th of November. So it's only till Thursday.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so you'll actually have 1 day to do it from when this goes live. So get on Sea of Thieves and kill 10 skellies, which shouldn't be hard, and then you can get those 2 dope spider figureheads. And the 150 million one is definitely better than the 50 million for the first one.
Yeah,
it was 50 mil and then 150 mil.
I do have to say though, I want them to introduce something like that, like a side addition to the event that is something that all of us are doing. I thought it was a really cool addition to the event. It made it cool, like it was a community driven thing. It was like everyone has to go out there and kill skellies, and obviously you got a lot of people out there that are don't like the whole PvP side of things, so at least them going out and killing skellies and stuff there, being part of the community and getting something back,
nice it was nice just to be able to jump on and check on the progress of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Just like a weird little.
It would be the first thing that you asked each other. Is like, oh, where are we at? Like, how many skellies have we killed? Because I remember when we first mentioned it and we said 150 million, and people were like, oh my god, that's so many. Like, we're not going to hit that. And then I think within the first few days, we'd realised that we're gonna hit it.
Gonna happen.
100%. You know.
They did like 6 mil in 8 hours. It was like, we're gonna get this.
So, but it's been fun, and I hope that they do it going forward, because the events is definitely something that I know I've had issue with, and I've spoke to you guys a few times, and we've definitely not been happy with the state of events recently. This one
the
has
Olympic
definitely
event,
been the
I think,
best.
was a good example of a bad event.
It was awful. The rewards were awful.
10k gold.
Doing it was awful.
Because again, it was basically the same as what the season deeds are. So there was nothing different. It was just, I'll do an anchor turn, sail with the wind.
Yeah.
Shoot a skelly. It's like, I want a bit more than that. Like, do some proper Olympic events.
Yeah.
I think we've said before, we want one-off things for big events.
Yeah.
Something change the Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, it'd be nice, because obviously one of the things that we've been noticing, for us anyway, is that a new season comes out. We're enjoying it. We're loving it. We love the game, obviously. We play it a lot, as we said, with Makakar, with the amount of hours he's played. And I know me and Kojak are over about 1,000 hours ourselves. So we love the game, but the events need to just... At mid-season, we're after something, and then events come out, and they're just like... That Olympic one, it was just like, oh God, can I even be bothered to do it?
Please, no more fishing ones as well. Like, no more fishing.
That was a long time ago now. That was like a year ago. And
I do recall, I'm pretty confident they'd done it previously as well, because I remember reading people going, oh God, they're adding another fishing event.
Maybe.
Oh God. I didn't realize they'd done one before.
I'm not gonna lie, because at that point I still don't do fishing now, but at that point I didn't do fishing. So getting me to do fishing was actually getting me to do something different in the game that I do. The problem with events, I find, is that it's just you doing what you always do. So it's not really an event. It's like saying basically in Call of Duty, oh okay, this is an event. You've just got to kill 100 people. Like in Call of Duty, you shoot and kill people. So how is that an event? There's nothing new to it. Like, there's no nuance to it. There's no excitement to it. I'm just going to continue to play the game, kill 100 people, and then that's me getting my reward for whatever it is. Whereas if they put some effort into it, like the Olympic one, for example, by having an island where pirates can go and compete in pirate Olympics and things like that. That I know it's a bit more. It sounds like a lot more work, but I'm sure with the money they're getting in, especially now they've got Disney money.
That Disney money, that sweet, sweet Disney money.
Now they've got that Disney money. I feel like they should be able to bring us a decent. I wouldn't even mind if events were not as often, if they were just bigger, better. The rewards were like the rewards. This
Spoke
event
about it
have
before.
been
It's been
really good, but the event itself, it's better, but it's still doing a lot of what we've always been doing. So that's the problem with it. I feel.
It's not a change. It's not memorable. It's memorable in a bad way.
Yeah.
I think as well they need to make sure that some of the event rewards, like especially like the high tier ones, are
Limited.
completely time limited.
100%. So like our spider stuff now, like this was you being in Sea of Thieves, playing Sea of Thieves, doing the event on Halloween 2021, and if like next Halloween or whatever, or even like in a couple of months' time, some pirate comes up and like, oh, how did you get that spider blunderbuss, or how did you get that spider cannon? You can be like, oh yeah, we got it at Halloween.
Like,
I was there back in October 2021.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I've got the shrouded title, and that's something that people do see and do comment on. And there's not much stuff in the game that you can do that, like not rubbing
considering it's a game
heavily
like based around cosmetics.
100%.
They've got to give it
needs
more.
To be there.
It's a horizontal game at the end of the day, so it's all about like you like showing what you've done in the game. Like I've been here, like even I feel like there are some things like the barnacle stuff, like the weapons and stuff, you can't get those. Obviously they do
the gold curse.
Yeah. They do release some of the things after a while, which I like the fact that we're getting some of the stuff that you couldn't get before, but at the same time I feel sad for the people that worked hard on getting that stuff and then now it's becoming easier for people to get and stuff, or they got it from a Twitch drop or whatever,
Yeah.
But yeah, the event's been the best event in recent times, I think, but it's still not in the place I want events to be, for me personally, anyway.
It's a nice little start for what they could do.
So
I think it's
and it's been nice getting back on Fort of the Dam, which has been a while since we've been seeing.
It's been a while since.
Yeah, we've been seeing people doing Fort of the Dams again, which has been nice, trying to tuck on people and doing that old school stuff that you don't do anymore. Because like I feel like tucking up until like this event had kind of gone a bit quiet. Like people weren't doing it all that much anymore.
Again with the treasures and the shrines, like people are more tucking more on now because they've got the opportunity to do it.
Yeah. So I think that anything that's introduced into the game or gets people to do things that are gonna create those environments, it is not like as much as it's not like we've had it happen. Even had it happen to us recently where we were at a FOF and we got tucked and we lost everything.
Purely because we just didn't think, oh god, we've actually got to look for tuckers. Those things are real. Like.
Yeah, and we'd been working. I think we turned up to the FOF and if I remember right, we were pretty stacked before we got there. We lost quite a bit, if I remember right. It was sad. It was a sad day. It'd been a while since we'd had a sad day like that for sure. So, but at the same time, I enjoy that aspect of the game has kind of trickled back in, and these kinds of events and additions to the game, like you say, the treasuries and shrines and stuff, help those kinds of gameplay to happen. As much as some people don't like it, I think the majority do love it, and players like us for sure. So, So obviously we've just spoken about the event. For anybody who likes spending a bit of dollar, what do you think about the Emporium editions this season? Obviously we've had two. We've had the first edition and then the mid-season edition.
This is the only part that I have to hand it over to you because 9 times out of 10 somebody else has already bought
You're that pirate that lets all the other pirates buy it and then just I'm rocking the new stuff, but I didn't spend a penny.
It's
so I genuinely don't think anyone's bought the first set that came out. Uh,
You know,
correct me,
I
correct me
can't
if
even
I'm wrong.
remember what it was.
So the first set was the Golden Nile stuff.
Oh
So
God, yeah,
like,
I bet
so,
that. No,
yeah. So
no.
the ship, I think, the ship looked pretty good. The
The
costume,
one with
no,
the
it had like a crocodile head.
hourglass.
No,
Oh
no,
no,
no. The
no. I'm thinking.
hourglass
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
the.
yeah, yeah.
So this is the thing that's going around on the internet at the moment, isn't it? We had like the hourglass thing where it was like Aladdin themed, or people said it looked
Yeah.
Aladdin themed. Now we've had the Golden Nile, which they're all saying is Hook themed. So I think it's like
Mm.
people.
It's a bit of a push.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I feel it's a push for sure, but it is cool. Like there has been whispers of
A nice little reference that
yeah.
people could potentially get, and whether it is or it isn't, I think it's.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. But there has been whispers that the big baddie of the Sea of Thieves is going to be Hook, which would be pretty funny, I think.
I'd
I
be
don't know.
happy with it. I'm a massive Hook fan.
Mm,
Like
Yeah,
it's.
it'd be cool, but I think it might take away a bit too much if you push too hard
I don't
for the
know.
Disney stuff.
I don't know if they implement
But
it into the world. I don't think I'll mind that much. If it's at the end of the day, like I don't see us as players that are for lore players. 100%, they're not gonna like it. 100%. But for players like us who don't really care so much about the lore, we care about the gameplay aspects of the game, the glory of winning those fights and taking that treasure, and making other like pirate friends while you're out on the seas and stuff. That's the part of the game that we love and enjoy. So I think if they implemented Pirates of the Caribbean or Hook or whatever into the actual game world, before I was a bit like, it's Sea of Thieves. That's my game, the game that I love. I don't want them to put Disney in it. Now I'm kind of in the aspect of if it's putting more gameplay in there and it's really cool and it's bringing more people in and the seas are going to get spicier, bring it on. I don't
Yeah,
care. Bring
yeah.
it on.
I think that's
That's
my
my
outlook
opinion.
on it as well. Yeah, it's like they're not ham-fisting it down. Like since the release
Hmm.
of the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff,
Yeah.
that's the only time you'd interact with, Jack Sparrow or
Yeah.
any of the other characters. That haven't brought it into the world,
true, that's true.
like
Yeah, it's
in people's faces. It's there if you want to see it or you want to, you know, activate the fucking chapter 5 because you wanna try and get
because you want
more
the supplies.
more supplies,
And it looks cool.
and it looks cool. And the addition of the portals and things like that. It's
I've seen a lot of people
yeah,
complaining about the portals though.
What
for
about
Reapers
portal hopping?
specifically. Yeah,
Yeah, saying like that it's
Yeah, but
just
like
go on.
I was gonna say, well, Rare have said that they're happy with portal hopping. They'll monitor it, but besides that, they are completely happy with it. So I don't think anyone can moan.
I th-
They
I totally
literally said
totally
it's
agree with that.
okay.
I kind of feel like the problem with portals is that people I think it's how people use them, and it's one of those things as a creator you can't, if you make something and people use it in a certain way and you're like that's up to them how they deal with it. It's the same as like when you're playing Sea of Thieves. If you want to go up and sink a tall tailer, there's nothing against you doing that. Like the people say that there's this pirate code or something like that they've made up in the game that you're not allowed to do that. Generally speaking, we don't sink tall
Yeah, it's
tailers, but
trying to.
we will go over and take their stuff. And then
Yeah, there's nothing
if
that stops that.
there's a thin line between going and fucking somebody up who's doing a tall tale to going on and trolling and
yeah,
being just a
yeah,
general asshole to somebody on a tall tale.
yeah.
I think yeah, it's
But like
fine
I
line.
think with the problem with portal hopping is people are moaning because, like, say for instance, you come through a portal, you go and sink somebody, you quickly go and sell it, and then you go back through the portal. That then kind of bitters that experience for the people that have been sunk, because even if they're people that are willing to fight, they can't go back and fight because they've just portal hopped.
Yeah,
You know, they've gone.
Yeah.
Which
True,
there's
but
no way of you stopping that. But I think like there's been suggestions going around like, oh, maybe you have to, if you go through as a Reaper, you pay 2 of your Reaper like levels, so you go down to Reaper 3 when you
'cause
come
it's
on the
only
other
offering
side.
that
Yeah.
incentive to Reapers. It doesn't add
Yeah.
any value
Yeah, it
to
doesn't
any
stop.
others.
I think Reaper has we could probably talk about it in another episode where we just talk about Reapers actually, or emissaries in general. I think there's a big conversation about how they can change Reapers, because there's some big issues I think with Reapers. Even though we love running Reaper ourselves and we love taking Reapers out, there's definitely an issue there, and we could talk about it for a long time. I think we all have opinions on
That's an episode in and of itself. That is.
yeah, exactly.
Literally talk for hours about it. And different.
So obviously we were talking about the Golden Nile stuff, and I don't think any of us personally got it. Like, it looked cool.
No.
It is what it is. It's not something that I personally was interested in. Like, I think the ship set looked pretty nice, but the ship sets are pretty expensive in Sea of Thieves. So I feel like you've got to really like the set to put that money down to buy them, because obviously they are. I think they are closing in on about £20 for a full set.
You know, the cost of a half decent game.
Yeah, well, that's hard. That's nearly Sea of Thieves on sale, or half of Sea of Thieves when it's not on sale. You know what I mean? So you could buy 2 ship sets, or you could buy the game. You know, so I did actually buy I think I bought the Golden Nile weapon set though, because I think it was actually really nice. The sword was a different shape. I always love a sword that has different shapes to it, so I got those, I think, and the pistol looked pretty cool. I think like the weapons looked like they had like crocodile faces at the end, and they look pretty dope. So
yeah,
I do tend to get weapon sets if they're nice, because obviously they're quite a bit cheaper. So the drama emote was free as well. That was the free edition this time. Obviously, if
you had the costume as well, didn't you? I can't remember what it was called.
Then you had the charity sales for the No Kid Hungry charity.
Which I'm going to say, I didn't get those because I couldn't figure out how to get them.
No, me neither.
It's so stupid. I couldn't figure out how to get them.
I got last year's ones because they were cool, and obviously it's for
same.
charity, so I don't mind putting that money down for charity. But like, I don't think these sales looked as good as last year's, but I was gonna get them anyway because obviously it's
just for
charity,
charity.
and I want to support anything I can through Sea of Thieves. So, but I had the same issue. I didn't see them in the Emporium. Maybe I'm just being stupid.
So I'm glad it's not just me, because I thought we both look through like the Steam store, look through the Emporium, couldn't find them anywhere. So I was confused.
Yeah, and then obviously we had the mid-season update, which was the Crimson Crypt stuff, which I did get the weapon. I got the weapons set and the ship set. The ship set is dope. I really like it. So if anyone likes the Halloween stuff, like, it's really cool, and the emote stuff is really cool as well. Like, I've managed to find some funny tuck spots using the one emote where you basically
the coffin drop. Or
yeah, it's so funny.
There's some good bits.
But that chipset's really cool, and it's got a really good cannon flare, which is basically non-existent, and it's like a red pop. I personally think it's the best cannon flare that we've got in the game. So at the moment, it's even better than the is it the Killer Instinct one, the other red one? It's better than that one.
Red one.
Yeah, it's better than that one as well. So if you just wanted to get a good cannon flare to help with your visibility when doing PvP or PvE, I think this one's the one to go for now instead of the Killer Instinct one. I didn't get the costume, even though it looked pretty cool. But again, I didn't. The problem
on the costume.
The problem with costumes for me, and we've had this discussion many times, is that like your pirate is you work hard on collecting your clothes and finding the clothes and weapons and stuff and curses that you want on your pirate to make it your pirate and different to everybody else's. And the problem with costumes is, if you put a costume on, the only difference you're going to have if we all wear the same costume is the height of the pirate, the width of the pirate, if you've got a little fatty. That's the only difference you're going to get. Like, you can't interchange anything. So if you liked the hat on that costume, you couldn't use it. You have to have the whole thing, and that kind of doesn't make me want to spend any money on costumes. I remember when the costumes first came out, and I was like, "Oh, they look so cool," but then you kind of lose your
appeal of it.
yeah, you lose your individuality as a pirate.
You lose the bits you've worked hard to get. You lose
Exactly.
all that.
Exactly.
It's why I didn't get the costume. It looked pretty cool.
It did. It looked really cool, and it had
certain bits I don't like. I tend not to like masks too much because I like my face.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, though, it's something that like is right up your street in the sense of you like that kind of aesthetic in things.
Yeah.
Like, but you don't want to take your personality away from your pirate, and that's what the costume does.
I want my pirate legend curse.
Yeah.
I want that because everyone seems to love that curse for some reason.
Yeah, I used to use that a lot, but I've recently changed to the new curse, which we haven't actually spoken about. The coral curse.
Oh god, yeah, the coral curse.
We missed. we didn't talk about the coral curse, guys. We spoke about the shrines and the treasuries for a long time, but didn't mention the curse.
The whole reason why you'd primarily do the shrines and the treasuries as well.
You get a long ass quest at the end, but I kind of. What do you think about like? So we figured out that I don't know if this works with other stuff, but we figured out that you have to do certain accommodations to get this quest. Essentially, you have to complete all the treasuries. I think. Sorry, you have to get all the journals, right?
All the journals
to activate this quest and get it from Lorena.
But
the problem is you don't actually have to do anything. Somebody can just do that and then get the quest for you, who's already done it.
Did that work?
Yes,
I remember speaking about it.
So I did it. So I actually got all the journals. I worked one night. We worked on doing all the shrines, and I got all the journals bar like 2 of them. And then the next day, I played again, and then I just thought, let's try this, see if it happens. And I think it was Raj. He put his quest down, and we did the quest, and I got the curse. I have all of the journals now because I went back and got them. But you could essentially never ever do any of the journals, and you could get you could take it even further. You could never actually step foot in a shrine or a treasury. You could just stay watch on the boat where all the other pirates do it for you, and then I'm pretty sure you can still get it.
You can still buy the quest because the part of it that really confused me was like, well, why would I want to do that again? Like, you don't get anything from it. Yeah. It's a lore part of it. 100%.
But it's just a lore thing.
But I think that, like, either, as you say, they should take it away from you once you've completed it, or if somebody in your crew hasn't got it, you can't activate it, or you do it and they just don't get the curse.
Or they put it behind because they've done it with other rewards where it's you have to complete this and this and this and this. I think there's a couple of titles hidden behind where it's in order to get it you have to unlock this commendation and this commendation and this commendation. Whereas for some reason they just put it behind a complete the quest.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Yeah, the quest was behind the commendations, but then the quest itself was still doable without those commendations, which is really weird. So,
whereas there are ones where you have to complete everything to do it.
Yeah,
so I don't get why
I think the quest is cool. Like a lot of people said, it was long-winded. I don't mind. It got you doing the shrines and stuff again. You're getting more loot. You're having a bit of fun, and then you get a cool curse at the end of it. I know there's a mixed opinion on the curse from what I've seen. I personally like it, but I have seen that it's kind of like it depends on the pirate and it depends on what you're wearing and a few different things. So I actually changed. So I changed my beard to like a white pink. And my hair to a white pink, like so it's white with like a hint of pink in it. I've also got the glitter beard, which I think is the best beard in the game. But and I've got like dark stuff. And I think and a lot of people have said like obviously it's on the screen now for anybody that's actually got the screen up. I think it looks good on my pirate, but then I've seen it on other people's pirates, and I'm like, eek. It looks bad.
It doesn't look good on my pirate. It looks horrible.
It kind of looks like a growth on some people. No, it does. Like if you look on the side of their face, it just looks like their face is like bulging out because it is kind of like I would say bar like I'm personally not a fan of the gold curse, but I feel like it's bar the gold curse, it's the most out there curse. Like it does the most to your body, like in the sense of it's deforming it more. Obviously, the curse that Makakar uses is like the least transforming curse, but it is really cool because it turns your eyes white and you have that like tattoo on your chest. But I used to use the Ashen curse before this one, but I think what I'm wearing at the moment, I really like it. I like it for my pirate, but yeah, it's one of those. And I, with it being a coral curse, don't you think? Wouldn't you have thought that it's going to be like you're going to have like coral on you?
That's what
Yeah,
I
I
thought
would
it
have
was
thought
going
you'd
to
have
be quite
spouted
honest,
coral out
rather
of
than
everywhere, and
Why do you think they avoided doing that? Do you think it's something to do with like clipping?
I'd say clipping would be the only real.
yeah, just clipping through bits.
Yeah.
I think even if they extended
could-
it to clip through the clothes, I think
Yeah,
that's
but they could cut it off depending on the clothes that you wear, because that's what they kind of do with certain curses anyway. Is that it's not visible on certain clothing, and it is on others. So like your face, you could always have it, I suppose, like clip through the beard if you had a beard and things like that, because it would grow through that anyway, wouldn't it? I don't know. They do it on skellies, but I suppose skellies are all one enemy, like they're one animation. So
Yeah, it's all one.
it's the only reason I can think why they haven't, because it's more of like a mermaid curse, isn't it, than a coral curse. I think
I
maybe it's
suppose you had like the colour
Yeah.
change. I actually didn't even think of it like that.
It's much more mermaidy than
It's like you
coral,
transport,
so-
like that's like part of the transformation to becoming a mermaid.
Maybe I had a swig of that that drink, the
Yeah, the Breath of the Wild.
that Breath of the Wild. We're playing Zelda
Wild.
now. I can't believe we missed the the curse. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Back to the Emporium, because there are a few other items. You got the seriously spooked emote for free as well. I do like the addition of just having like one free emote.
Free emotes
I'm
occasionally.
happy with that. Like each edition, and then the diabolical dog, which I know a few people have got who like pets. I'm not a pet lover in the game. In real life, I like animals, but in the game,
saying that, I read something the other day that blew my mind.
What?
Apparently, you can use pets against Flameheart ships.
What?
How? Well, I get 5 pets there, cannons of flame.
Yeah.
No.
I've got-
Whether
try
it's
this.
true, I need to check. But
We
reading
have
it,
to check this.
like, imagine just doing Flameheart, like not using cannons and just using your pet. Like,
That'd be amazing.
That's so funny. Yeah. But yeah, I think it looks like a pretty cool pet. It's one of the better ones, I think, in recent times. But pets just get in the way for me personally.
Yeah.
I'm the one that tends to be on the wheel, and the amount of times I'm
It's just
like, I
in your face.
I run towards the wheel after going on a cannon or after throwing a bucket out or whatever. I run back to the wheel, click on the wheel, but it's not clicking on the wheel; it's clicking on a goddamn pet. Usually Barbarians.
But the key thing as well, Skelly pets are back.
Yes, they are.
Which is good, nice limited time thing around Halloween.
Yeah,
because I bought all the Skelly pets.
I think they were
Every
at
single
a
one.
reduced price as well. I saw
Yeah,
something
there was a
about them
bundle.
30% off or something. So, yeah, that's cool. I'm not gonna knock that. One of the big things that we like at the moment, emissary rewards. What do you think about
ooh,
that?
Yes.
the ledgers.
Yes.
I'm really happy with what they're doing with it.
Yeah,
I think if they can keep up the pace of it and carry on offering new stuff, I think they've got it nailed. It's they're offering really nice stuff. That's
it's some of the best stuff in the game, I think personally.
Yep. And
Like-
I am going to say something controversial here.
Oh,
Well, maybe not too controversial, but because we abuse this as well. But I think you shouldn't get any emissary value for raising at grade 1. If you sell at grade 1, I don't think you should get any emissary value.
yeah, I could agree with that.
you know what? Yeah, fair enough. That's
Let's face it, we have cheesed a lot
Well, it's part of the
by
game.
raising grade 1. It's part of the game. I just think it's something that should change.
So for anybody who doesn't understand, basically what Makakar is saying is like what we do is we'll usually tend to get like Reaper 5 up or something up to level 5. We'll sell actually not Reaper because it wouldn't work with Reaper. It'd be Athena, like any of the others. We get that to level 5, sell up. So if we were gold, we'd sell all our chests to gold, and then we would lower that level 5, and then we would raise merchant and sell all our merchant stuff, and then that would put stuff towards our merchant emissary. Then we would drop that and raise the next one, so forth. Basically, that's what we do. And yeah, I agree that it should be like maybe you start on level 0 instead of
even saying just level 1, that you get the level 1 base.
I think you should just, if you raise an emissary, you shouldn't have a level at all. That would make sense to me. Like, there's no mark at all, no tag. Like, your first tag would be level 1.
Or
you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it starts with a blank flag, and then the first bit. I would like that addition because then, as you say, it would mean that you've got to do more work to get it. 100%. Because we're the kind of pirates that go out and mass loot and keep a lot of loot on our ships, and us having to go back, raise it, then go back out and raise the flag to at least level 1 would cause more issue for us for sure. So yeah, I'd agree with that.
It would cause a lot more problems.
100%.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
But yeah, the awards. We were actually. How long have they been doing the rewards now? The emissary rewards. It's been like what 6 months, 3 months. 6 months?
I think it's been season 2. Did they bring in the new ones?
I don't know. Because basically, when we started and they had the bog standard emissary rewards, which were just like I think sales, and they were just those sales for. I remember a long time, and we were saying for a long time, like, why aren't they adding more stuff like for us to unlock through the emissaries? Like, because there was a point in Sea of Thieves where we were just running Reaper all of the time because there was no reason for us to do gold or souls or anything. Because
saying that it has only been relatively recently that they had the addition. Of
exactly. Once we'd leveled everything up to max, we wouldn't never touch them again because there was no reason to do so unless it was for like a new commendation or something like that. So we would just run Reaper all the time. Because you made the most gold doing Reaper. And obviously they've bought these in, and that's why it's a really good addition because it means that we do play as gold hoarders, we will play as souls, we will do. Obviously, we would do Athena back in the day, because a lot of us still need to level up Athena because it takes so long.
So close, almost 20.
I'm almost 17. I've still got a while. But yeah, the emissary rewards are really cool. They seem to be getting better every time. And as you say, if they keep their foot on the gas and keep bringing them out as regularly as they have been, I'm super happy with that. But like, where do we think they're going to go next with that? Like, because they've gone through all of the ship parts now, right?
I mean, they have for the normal ones. Athena's still.
Yeah, but Athena's a bit wishy-washy because they started with weapons and then they've brought in the capstan and wheel. So Athena's its own thing, but the rest of them, like, where they're going to go now? Are they going to go back to weapons, or like, do you think they're going to stop, or like?
I'd imagine they probably go back. They probably go to weapons. Yeah, I imagine they'll go through the weapons, hopefully.
Yeah.
Would you be happy if they added like costume parts and like you almost like the plunder pass where you get sections, so you'd have like the bottom as one for one and
yeah, as long as they're gonna bring the whole set out and not just like
as the season rewards.
Not just bring out legs and then never bring out the tops until way later.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there'd be each new reset would bring a new item for it rather than just.
I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I don't mind it fade. I don't mind it over like multiple months. Like, same with the Twitch drops. As long as we eventually get everything.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, one last thing. This is probably down Makakar Street. He's the one that mainly plays insider, so he keeps up with the updates that we don't see, the little updates that come and we don't see actually added to the game very often. Obviously, they added the whole hold space to go up with the whole, because obviously we're doing a lot of diving in shrines and
It is very useful.
treasury. So we had that little addition. Have they added any other little additions this season that you can
The
that you know of?
accessibility one's my favourite thing that they've added that just changes a certain event for me, and that's Flameheart. How you can take off that blur and you can just
Oh,
have
the
it
blur thing,
as
yeah.
it's. I think
Nah,
that's
I still
I
rock the
love that.
blur. I haven't turned it off, so I
Nah,
don't know
I
what it
can't.
looks like. I'd have to check out what a picture looks like, but yeah, I still have the blur.
Yeah, it's especially if you just like you've just finished the Flameheart, you've got all the loot in one spot, and it's just this mess of
Yeah,
like some vortex into another damn dimension.
yeah, I
That's
feel
like,
that. I feel that.
it's,
They've been
uh,
working on a lot of
Um,
accessibility stuff, haven't they? Recently.
like
yeah,
the
because
navigation as
they
well.
made them a lot. Yeah, it will narrate the navigation, so which direction you're pointing in, which is pretty cool.
Has that come out
Uh,
yet, or is
I
that
think
coming soon? I saw a video about it.
no, that was nautical narration.
Okay.
That was brought in 2.3, which is
Okay.
season 4.
Nice.
For stream, one of the random ones is Pirate's Life. The shanty that you get is copyrighted.
No way.
Yeah, it hits copyright
Oh
matches
my god.
Wait, have
because it
they added
obviously.
that now? So
So if you've got
So
streamer
there is
mode on, it doesn't play it.
yes, that you can toggle turn off copyrighted music, which
No
wow, I
way.
didn't even
it,
know that. What the hell?
it's not just the shanty; it is also throughout the entirety of Pirates Life.
No way. Oh
Because there's
my god.
lots. Obviously,
I
there's the organ
streamed
bit
it.
you have to do, and there's lots. Yeah, I mean,
I never had any
I don't know
copyright
how
issues.
much. No, but if you go back and watch the VOD, it'll probably be muted in that section.
Maybe.
Because I think Twitch automatically mutes it if it detects music and stuff. So yeah,
That's
that
fair.
was an interesting one. One that I haven't seen them put in yet, but it's very useful. Front end messaging. So the amount of people who post on Twitter, no, not Twitter, but post on Reddit,
Yeah.
moan that the game is down when they've announced like 2 days before on Twitter, on their Discord, on Instagram, on every other piece of social media that it's going down for an update, and they
Yeah.
don't know it's going down.
Yeah.
Well, most modern games on the login screen will say, "Oh,
It's
we've got
down for
maintenance coming
maintenance.
up." Sea of Thieves never had anything.
They
So
have
you
it now
launch the
though, right?
game.
I
I
think
haven't
that's one
seen
of
it
the
being
ones that have
used.
been added.
I'm sure I've seen
Yeah, but
it.
I haven't seen them use it,
Oh,
but
okay.
it is in there,
Oh, okay.
so that's good at least.
Yeah, yeah. You can only ever like say that these editions are good because it essentially helps people or whatever, like people who, obviously with the nautical miles and stuff like that, it's for people who are blind and things. So it allows more players to play the game, which is always good. And obviously, something as simple as having a message for those people that don't know that the game is down for maintenance, so don't get angry and
Quality of
upset.
life, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
all for little quality of life, little
100%.
changes like that. There,
100%.
if they didn't do things like that, I think the game could, it'd be noticeably more stale
100%.
than it's.
So what's your verdicts on this season? Like, should we come up with a score for it? So out of 10, what would you give it and why?
I would give it 8 grogs out of 10.
8 grogs out of 10, I like it.
Eight grogs out of 10.
Do you think you can take 8 grogs though? It's a bit much.
I probably could.
Let's be honest. The pirates in Sea of Thieves can only take 1 grog before they're throwing up and tipping over.
One grog and that's it. It's like, oh shit.
So
no.
8 grogs. It's going to be a messy day.
8 grogs.
So what? So why'd you give it 8? Like, what's the standout points that you like? What enjoy about this season? Because 8's obviously a really good score.
I think it's the best plunder pass slash free pass, whatever we're calling it. It's the best one. It's the most cohesive. It's just the best. It's got the best mix of stuff. The most cohesive. Shrines are a good addition. You know, it's extended the map without making the map bigger.
Yeah.
Which until we can get rid of the Xbox One is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
The event, I think the event's been really good. You know, having that 100 goal. I just hope it carries on in season 5.
Yeah, I agree. You, Kojak?
I'm gonna go around what Mac has said, around 8 grogs, and that is because of adding the shrines, the treasuries, pretty much what you've said, the plunder pass, and it's just seems to have, like, for some reason season 3 seemed really quiet.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to put that into words.
It
but
was a long season.
It was a
Yeah, it
slog.
was
It was a
long.
massive slog, and like season 4 just seems to have put life back into it.
100%.
We're seeing people sitting out on shrines doing treasuries, like more people, like I do, as you said, doing the fort of the dams again. So that's bringing the stuff back into it and more spice, and
Yeah, 100%.
it's yeah, I think that's it's positive. I think it's going in a really good direction.
Yeah, let's just hope they can keep it up. I will give it 7 grogs as well.
Nice.
I'm in agreement. I've had conversations with people online. This is my favorite season out of the season so far, personally. Season 3 was good for a week. The content was amazing, but it was a week of content, and that was it. And as you said, it was one of the longest seasons, and just having a week's worth of content, it felt like we were still in season 2. Like, we had no new additions. FOF was the newest thing that we had, I think, at that point. And even at that point, people had you weren't seeing people that bothered about FOFs anymore. They were despawning, or people weren't coming to get you. Like, we have that much gold and stuff now. We do these things, and we do it for the emissary, but at the same time we want these fights, we want these spicy fights, and this is what this season's done, has allowed us to come back into the game and fight with other pirates and have those fun experiences of, as you say, tuck in on shrines and this, that, and another, and the shrines themselves and the treasuries, like seeing the pirates life assets used in the Sea of Thieves world is really nice to see. And
yeah,
100%.
bringing all that together was a
100%.
massive thing that they could do, just to show that, look, we are expanding this. This is getting bigger. This is going to be better.
Yeah.
We're going to have more stuff for you guys to do.
Yeah.
I think it's a good signal from Rare that they are they are in for it. I think for the long run.
Yeah.
I think you can see that from the.
Well, this game's over 3 years old now, and it's still going, and I can't see it stopping. So it's for anyone who hasn't jumped into the game yet, or hasn't jumped back into the game in a long time. You've got even if it was before the seasons, the 4 seasons together as a whole lot of content is a lot of content to do, just with the Pirates Life stuff alone. We're kind of crazy and do things really fast, but generally people have a lot less time than we do to play games like we do. So take it at your own pace, and you got a lot of content to do. And I just hope they can keep it up throughout season 5 and beyond. What are your predictions for season 5 before we close this grog cast down and have a few grogs?
It's mine's not more of a prediction, but a kind of hope. It's if they can do something that's gonna kind of not force people, but just encourage more alliances and encourage that, like meeting up with random crews and not just wanting to sink them straight away, but thinking, oh fuck, guys, we can go and do this, and everyone's gonna get decent rewards from it. Like I think that would be a good addition, but I don't know. I think that's more down the line.
Yeah, the only thing really in Sea of Thieves at the moment that like really forces alliances is Glitterbeard. That is the only thing in the game right now that I can certainly say that you have to have two. Is it two? How many? Do you need 8 people?
You need 2 galleons.
Yeah, you need 2 galleons,
two
or
galleys.
you need 8 people. So, yeah, you need That's the only way that, and I don't even think that really anyone's doing that anymore, because it, again, as a great experience it was, and it was amazing, and I personally think it was probably, even though it's shorter than Pirates Live, it was a better experience for me.
It's the most memorable one for me.
100%.
I think it sticks with you.
It does. We'll never do that again, because it's just maybe in the future, just to bring those memories back, I guess. But maybe once a year kind of thing as a ritual, we could do it. I think that would be cool, actually. But yeah, there's nothing like we've suggested before. Like, obviously, we could even talk about this in another episode, like a big ship or a big meg or something bigger than what we have in the world right now. That means that multiple ships have to go to defeat it, but you can still have that aspect of backstabbing and stuff at the end of it, which for a fact,
definitely.
for a fact it's going to happen in Sea of Thieves. So, and I'm all for that. So I definitely would. I would like to see that kind of stuff. But I personally think that season 5 is going to be, obviously season 4 is a shorter season. Like, there's not too much long left for this season. I think season 5 is going to be like little additions, but they're going to change how the game is. So, like,
and I think a lot of quality in life.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
That's what the game needs. Is we've had some good content drops. Now I think we need a season of quality of life improvements, which will then take us to season 6, where we hopefully will get a big.
Yeah, I think season 6 is going to be the big content drop, 100%. What does season 5 is going to go through Christmas, right?
Yeah, it will, because I've just done the maths. It's about 2 weeks on 2 months on average, roughly, for a season.
Yeah.
So that'll take us up to sort of mid-Jan.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll take us through.
So fingers crossed we get a mid-season Christmas drop, hopefully. Like
they're gonna do a Christmas event.
They need to add snow.
Yes, that would be great.
That's actually not bad.
Even if it's just on the, like, on the
islands,
like
they can add it as a little bit.
They could add it as a weather effect. Like, add it as another, but I suppose if they want to keep to the whole how the world is, the snow's not going to be there, is it? It's quite a tropical world, so snow wouldn't fit in, I guess.
I've said such good ideas. Like, I know it's a bit off topic, but imagine they do an ice region, and like ice builds up on your ships, builds up on the sails, your rudder gets frozen, you get stuck in the ice. They need to do ice.
This is where your axe would come in that I've spoken about, or your pickaxe to pull off planks and stuff. You can also use it to crack through the snow and the ice.
You've got someone on the front of the ship just like smashing the ice in front.
It'd be amazing. It would be awesome. But yeah, have we got any other closing comments before we go and have a few grogs? We're probably going to play Sea of Thieves now anyway, so
get straight into Sea of Thieves. I think for me it's season 4 is
we're in a good place.
A glimmer of hope
100%.
For the future.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You can see the love in it. You can see how much attention that they've put into it, and I think it's going to pay off for them, and it's going to pay off for us as players as well.
Yeah, there was a short period through season 1 and 2 where we were thinking, oh god, where's it going? Like, and now then we had Pirates Life, and it was like, oh, this is great content, but again, like, it's not there's no longevity to it and stuff, and this is just like kind of brought in that hope.
It's reinvigorated the
game. 100%. Like, I've not been this excited for the game in a long time. That's for sure.
Season 3 burnt me out. I think I remember, like, right at the end of it, I didn't play it for like a week or a couple of weeks because I was just like,
so long.
Makakar didn't play it for a day.
No, you saying that it took him like a week to play the fucking season 4?
That is true. Like, that is true.
You played it for ages.
We were like blitzing through it.
Usually for the start of the season, I tend to like give it a few because I know it's at season 3. There were so many bugs at the start. So when I saw them, I was like, no, I think I'll leave the new Tall Tales for a week. Let them fix all the bugs first.
Nah, it's good. I'm excited, and again, obviously, we're going to look to do the Grogcast once a month. So I'm not sure what subject we'll be talking about next time, but we've definitely
Reapers.
got a lot to talk about. There you go. It might be Reapers, but yeah, we've been talking for a while now, so I appreciate it. Everybody who's jumped in. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do hit the like and notification bell as well, and leave us a comment about your feelings on season 4 and what you think we're going to get in season 5. And yeah, I think we'll all see you next time.
Yeah, take care.
Goodbye.